tough for Super though. He has the Soul Ring. He opted to forgo the bottle and just go for the straight for the Soul Ring. And it's better HP regen. I still like the bottle though, but I guess if Burning has one, you don't want to crowd the runes a little bit too much. And with the amount of stacks that he has, this might actually be better.
Yeah, spending time in the jungle in order to pick up your level 6 rather than risking it against especially heroes like a Spirit Breaker, staying low in that middle lane may not be the best idea.
And I do like that Ice is rotated around so much, just because he can't really do anything about this.
Even bigger rotation coming out from Virtus.pro. They're actually going to smoke up with Illidan.
They could kill.
They're going to ult on this stack. They're not going to be able to get Super. He's just barely outside of that ultimate, but they'll take the full stack. And I'm sure Illidan, he would have loved to kill on the Alchemist, but I'm sure they'll be happy with this as long as he gets out. Now, he does have the Dazzle help him out a little bit. And the healing cell to bring him back up to full.
The timing for that, if he was just 1 second later, of course he has no idea and he's got no vision. But Super also had no idea that he was there and he was going to run into a call down. And he was just outside the lip of it. But they are going to steal up all the stacks, and this is actually really significant because now Super has to rotate back to the mid lane. Fenrir doesn't really have a place to level, and that was a lot of time wasted by the Winter Wyvern. And that could have been time that she used to zone out the offlaner, help out her mid.
The ward setup, the aggressive wards by VP, they knew it preemptively, actually had a counter ward ready to go. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Lil is actually going to be dying here, chased down by FY and Ice. So as they rotate the gyrocopter out of that bottom lane, it leaves the support open to diving.
Yeah, that was really well played by ViciGaming. Once FI picks up that Invis rune, definitely wants to set it up because Ice is probably falling a little bit further behind than they would like. Because in a lineup like this, he really needs to be the main initiator. You don't want your Queen of Pain to play the instant blink jump in hero. You want her to kind of play like CTY did yesterday, where you bait your teammates out a little, scout the landscape, and see if it's a really favorable fight.
They are stopping any further. Well, as I say that, Fenrir actually uses a decay in order to stack up the hard camp once again, but Virtus.pro does have vision of that, and I believe they also saw the ward laid down by ViciGaming. They should have anyway.
And if you're Virtus.pro, you want to try to get aggressive in the mid game with the setup once your Visage hits that crucial level 6 with the birds. And I don't know if it's hyperbole to say that Lil is probably the best Visage in the world, maybe.
Oh, I wouldn't say that's hyperbole at all.
Yeah, I feel like he's one of the few that still continue to play the hero. And this is why Virtus.pro continue to draft it, even if it hasn't been Vogue. But they're going to go for this mid lane gank, and the Shackle connects.
And now the Gyrocopter Ultimate's going to go out, slowing down Super with the power shot. They easily clean up that Alchemist, and Virtus.pro are setting a tempo here that is keeping the Alchemist utterly shut out.
Yeah, it's something that they have to worry about is that Burning continues to get free farm in this off lane, or in this safe lane right now, and the Spirit Breaker isn't quite level 6. And the Slardar at bottom, because they've had to rotate so often, is being given essentially a free lane. And this is not something you want to do for a player like Ice especially. But you've really got no choice. When you're playing with the Gyrocopter, you want to rotate this hero as much as possible, just because he's so strong at this phase of the game.
Yeah, and it leaves a spot open for a greedy 4 position like the Visage in order to get that early level 6 that allows him to be able to have a much larger impact of the game, whether it's split pushing or fighting.
The problem though is they're going to play so aggressively on the other side of the jungle that they don't actually have ward vision for Lil here at bottom, so he's constantly playing back, and he's starting to get a little bit cocky here, and this might just...
He starts putting some pressure onto Ice, but as we say that, Fenrir's going to come in, already has the tombstone. Ice is dropping a bit low, and I think Lil just wants to make commitment here for this kill. Does get the double drop, gets up, can take that with Slardar. He's still looking plenty healthy. They're going to address the tombstone now, but a shackle shot comes in, locks down Fenrir. They'll get that kill. It's on a killing spree. Virtus.pro respond at the perfect time in order to stop that gank on Lil.
Really, it just looked like Lil wasn't even being ganked. He's like, I'm just going to solo kill the Slardar right now. I don't really care that the Undying's here. Perfect bird control. They're able to mop up some kills. They've always got to worry about Burning is he continues to farm. He's got 56 CS already.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
With ViciGaming, this isn't the pace that they wanted to set.
With this much early farm, what do you build on Queen of Pain? You go for that Aghanim statting up a little bit and just continuing your farm via that 30-second, 40-second Sonic Wave? Or do you go a little bit more aggressive with the Orchid and start hunting down heroes?
I feel like the Orchid's really good against some heroes on Virtus.pro, but it's pretty bad. For example, it won't do too much when the Spirit Breaker charges at you and hits you. And the Visage Birds, you need some amount of HP for control, but it's so common nowadays just to get it for the physical damage. And it builds so nicely, right? You go for the Orchid for your physical damage, you round it out with a BKB,